This doesn't feel completely wrong. Okay, now it feels very wrong. Great, I lost the screw. That's awesome. That's exactly what you want. Okay, I lost the screw. I have to start again. Because I lost the screw. Oh, goody. Why did I drop that stupid screw? Where did the screw go? Ah! Where is it? I will never find it. Has it fallen down? This is ridiculous. Okay, I cannot find that screw. Where is that screw? I found it! Ha! Ciao, I'm Mario, a Swiss car guy on YouTube, and today I'm sitting in the back of my Lexus LS600H. And the reason for this is very simple. It's because tomorrow I'm driving this car down to Italy on holiday, and before I do, I have to fix something that broke. And what broke is in here. In fact, the lumbar support inside the driver's seat has stopped working, and not only can I not adjust it anymore, it basically collapsed. And the reason for this basically is that there are some motors and plastic gears inside the seat, and those plastic gears, they tend to get brittle and break at some point, and in my case they did break because I heard a very loud plastic breaking noise, and then I didn't have a lumbar support anymore. And since I want to travel in comfort, I need to repair this. And at this point I want to thank my viewer Flavien, who also bought a Lexus LS600H. His was a bit more broken than mine, and recently he wrote to me that if my lumbar support were to break, there is this company in Canada that sends out replacement parts for free. And then I went like, why would my lumbar support break? And then, wait, what? For free? Yeah, but I thought, well, you know, why should the lumbar support even break? So who cares? And in fact, a few weeks later, my lumbar support broke. So I wrote to the company's called Leggett Automotive. They replied very quickly and very thoroughly, and then they sent the parts out completely for free, even though I'd probably be happy to pay for them because a replacement motor for the lumbar support costs about $2,500, and getting the parts for free is like added bonus. I mean, even if they were $100, it would have been easily worth it. But now I have to disassemble everything and open the motor and replace the little gears inside. This is not going to be a tutorial or thing like this, because there's already a very good tutorial by T-Lex Auto Service, I believe is the channel, and I'll link the video in whatever corner there is, and you'll see it in the description also. But I have to take off this thing and then uninstall the motor and then open it up. So let's start. First, we start by unhooking the carpet trim on the lower part of the seat. It is held in with a white plastic hook that is tied to some bungee strap thing. Then it's two recessed screws. Once those are out, the entire back cover can be removed by first pulling away from the seat and then firmly tugging downwards. Inside the lower part of the trim there is a connector for the footwell lighting that needs to be disconnected. Then the fabric trim on the side of the seat gets unhooked to expose the two 10mm bolts that hold the actuator onto the seat. After those bolts are out, it's just a matter of unhooking the spring that tensions the height adjuster, unhooking the cable from the actuator, and finally snapping off the cable tie that holds the cable onto the seat. Okay, the thing is on the table here, and now we need to disassemble it, and oh joy, it looks like rivets, and even different size rivets, and oh wow, Robertson screws, square heads. Very, very rare here in Europe, but I reckon the company who manufactures this is actually Canadian, because they sent me the parts from Canada. And in Canada, Robertson screws are actually quite common because they were invented there. And by the way, if you're interested in the story of the Robertson screw, there is a great documentary by the history guy on YouTube. So I will link that either here in the corner somewhere or in the description or in both places, because I'm sure you're the kind of person who enjoys a documentary about screws. I know I did. So again, let's first drill those rivets out. And for this I take my mom's drill press. Now it's time to remove the infamous Robertson screws. They are size 2 in case you're wondering. I need to pry off the remainder of the one very long rivet. That is the last fastener keeping the lid of the actuator gear housing closed. Since the greasy part is about to start, I put down a bit of kitchen towel. I unhook the cable remembering the way it was routed, and then I can remove the carrier that holds the planetary gears. As you can see, unsurprisingly, those gears are all broken. Next, I remove the outer ring gear and then the entire base assembly. No worries, as the kit comes with replacements for all the internals. The only thing that is carried over is the outer shell and the metal pin in the center. At this point, I have to consult the instructions in order to find the correct parts, as the kit contains parts for all 4 lumbar adjusters, which are different from each other. In the end, I just compared the new parts with the ones I had taken out. The parts also come with 2 fairly large sachets of grease, so I apply generously according to the instructions. The outer ring gear is keyed and can only go in one way. I grease the hubs on the new carrier, and then the beefy new metal gears can go on. Since I have a lot of grease left, I put some more on the gears and the carrier and then put the carrier into the housing. The center pin from the old assembly is taken over and inserted into the new parts. Now it's time to put the cable back in, either remembering the way it should be routed or by looking at the footage that you shot previously in order to make a YouTube video. Now we put the cover back on. I use the 2 original Robertson screws and the new rivet for the larger bracket hole. The smaller rivet I cannot replace, since while it's small, it's also very long at approximately 12 mm and I don't have any rivets that long. Instead, I replaced that rivet with a 16 mm M4 bolt and a locking nut. It's fine, don't worry. Then it's just the reversal of the previous uninstallation to put everything back together. Of course, I first forgot to put the little spring back in place and wondered why it wouldn't work. After I addressed that, it works! Okay, so let's finish this up. I already pulled this trim back over. I have to say, this seat is quite easy to dismantle and easy to reassemble. And now I have to replace this little cable tie up here. It's not exactly the same cable tie, but it will work. Let's put it on. The cable tie. Good. Nice and snug. Cut the end off. Oh, good. So this is on. This is nice and firm. Everything works. Okay, now it's time to put the back cover on. Let's first connect this connector, which I think goes in either like this or like that. Okay, back on you go. This seems alright. Good, 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 good. Now let's try not to lose that screw again. Okay, it's on. Now let's put this back under there. Ha! I fixed something properly. Awesome. Whew. So I fixed the lumbar support, it works great. awesome. And the nice thing is the new gears, they're made out of metal and not out of plastic, so they should never break again. Also, Leggett Automotive sent like gears for all 4 motors, so if one of the others should fail, I have all the replacements, which is absolutely fantastic. And at this point, I would like to thank Leggett Automotive another time, because their customer support was fantastic, even though I'm not one of their customers. Because Toyota is one of their customers, and still, because they reckon that their product had a deficiency, they want to make it right, and I think that is absolutely amazing. I would have paid for the kit, even if it was $100 or something like this. It's nothing compared to $2.5 grand for a new motor assembly. Therefore, I am very grateful to Leggett Automotive, and if you have the same problem, you might want to drop them a mail, and they hopefully can help you out like they helped me. Anyway, I'm very happy because tomorrow I can drive to Italy in comfort with my lumbar support working perfectly. Then again, I shouldn't have mentioned that I'm going on holidays tomorrow, because please don't break into my place and steal my stuff. If you want to follow along with my journey, I'm now doing social media, so Instagram and Twitter. I'm not the best social media person, obviously, but I try to post something from time to time. And if you want to see if the old girl makes it 1,200 kilometers down to Italy, I think Instagram is where I will publish any news. So if you want to stay up to date, subscribe to me on Instagram, or on Twitter is the other one, right? And I have different names for both accounts because due to the length and everything. And anyway, just subscribe and follow me on social media, and you will be the first one to see if we make it in one piece. So, what do you think of my handiwork? I think my repairs are getting better and better, but this one was quite an easy one because the parts, they came with instructions. The instructions basically just deal with what you have to do inside the motor and the gears. Well, inside the gears, because you don't really open the motors, you open the actuators while you replace the broken gears. But then again, I think T-Lex Automotive's guide was very good. I followed it and it works, nothing broke, and I didn't even lose any screws, even though I had to search for them most of the time. Have you ever fixed the seat yourself? Something like this, something easy? Please comment down below. And for the rest, this is it. Enough for this video. The next video will probably be from Italy, and as I already mentioned, follow me on social media if you want to have updates in between. Otherwise, that's that. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.